shot against Tennessee, and he ends up running to me, and so it was really a cool experience for me to be around him and to see him on the national stage, and the CBS, whoever, made a big deal out of those two guys playing together since second grade.
They did indeed, and you coached them all along the way, and you've had obviously some other great players as well. But first of all, talk about that class of 5 that meant so much, that you took all the way from being young kids all the way to the top.
They were great. We had a center named David Saylock that had scored 1,000 points at Washburn. He was our unsung hero. Always, he could run and made great plays and rebound. We didn't have a whole lot of size. My son was a point guard, but he had to play 4-man for us because that's just the way it worked out. And he was able to go Division I to Sacred Heart and had a good career. Kyle Harrison is all-time leading three-point shooter in Blue Valley Northwest history. He went to Northwest Missouri State, and then, of course, Clayton Custer and Ben Richardson went to Loyola. Clayton was a Gatorade Player of the Year, won the Durin Award, and Mid-Major Player of the Year in college, Missouri Valley Player of the Year. And then Ben was, to beat K-State, he was phenomenal, was the South Regional MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in Missouri Valley. So they were the, a joy to coach, and they were just loved to play together, loved each other, and they just made it really fun.
And subsequently, you've had some great players, too, who have garnered a lot of attention and reached great heights.
Yeah, I've been just really, really lucky. I'll probably miss somebody, but, Jerry Jackson had a great career at Tulsa. Joe Pleasant was a great player. He played at Abilene Christian. He made 2 foul shots with no time left to beat Texas in the NCAA tournament, and he was just great. Parker Brown just had a great career at Santa Clara, and now he's playing his last year at KU in his brother Christian's footsteps. So I'm really looking forward to going to games and watching him play. And then, I had Christian Braun, of course, is probably the most talented player I've ever been around. To watch him as a freshman at 5'8", and then grow to probably be 6'5", 6'6" his senior year was pretty cool. His freshman year, he played freshman in a little JV. Sophomore year is our 9th man, and then junior and senior year, he just took off. And he's one of the few players that I think's been able to win a bunch of games and win 3 state championships in high school and win an NCAA title. And his first year with the Denver Nuggets, he won the world championship. So he's had a lot of success. And if you pay attention, he'll be even better this year because he just works so hard. And I was able to run a camp for him this summer, and he's just such a good kid, such a good person, and I'm so thankful I got him in my life.
You had the long run at Blue Valley Northwest, obviously, and all these titles and everything. There came a time you decided to walk away from that particular program and retire. And what went into making that decision?
I guess I was just looking for a change. It just kind of got to the point where, Northwest, it was just going so smooth, and I was able to retire and get paid for retirement, and then back at Missouri, and if I could make it a few more years there, and that's good. North Kansas City was just they have beautiful facilities, and they kind of haven't been very good. So it was a good opportunity to take it over. And plus, I kind of was missing, I guess, maybe a little bit of center days, but North Kansas City is the most diverse school in the state of Missouri.
Right.
And that kind of makes it, we have a huge Muslim population, Hispanic, African American, and it kind of just kind of really neat to see. I think there's 27 different countries that have kids that are enrolled at North Kansas City. So I have players on my team from Sudan, Nigeria, Cameroon. And so I've learned a lot about people and different cultures. And so that's been kind of really nice. The last couple of years, we've had good teams. I think we've been 40-15 in 2 years. And I'm kind of looking to have a good team this year.
Well, I'm sure you are. When you were looking to retire from Blue Valley Northwest, did you know at that point in time for sure that you were going to continue coaching?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to keep going. And going to Missouri, able to, get two salaries. My wife's happy about that, and so that works out great. And it really, just a different opportunity. And I know don't have tons of time left, but I got I think I got a few more good years in me, and so I'm happy where I'm at, and I have a really great administration. Our athletic director, David Garrison, has just kind of always been, he just kind of drew me to come to the school. Coach Garrison, when he was at Park Hill, was the head basketball coach there. And Landry Shamet, who's an NBA player, played
Right.
for him. And so kind of nice to be able to visit with him a little bit, talk basketball the whole time, and just a very supportive person.
Well, and obviously you recently have had a little tune-up and some health issues that you're working your way through, and that probably gets you inspired to get the energy up and get revved up and continue on, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna just take my rehab here and my time to get better, and my school's been great. I come back whenever I'm ready, but I'm not going to come back sooner than being ready. And but I was I had open heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So thankful to the doctors and nurses and staff at KU Med. Just amazing what they can do. And I was out of the hospital and home, and I think it was 5 days, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But I'm just thankful that I caught it in time, and thankful to be on the mend and getting back to where I need to go.
And obviously, in the last few years, also you get the great honor of coaching in the McDonald's All-American game. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was a really unbelievable experience. I went to it was in Atlanta. You were there for a week, and then of course the game was on ESPN,
Right.
and so it kind of made it fun. I've coached a lot of All-Star games, and I kind of have a little different philosophy than other people. The other coach was a really famous coach from he was from Country Day in Detroit, and he was Chris Webber's coach, and among 10 or 12 NBA players. And my philosophy was, let's be the team that has the most fun. And it seemed to be kind of worked, and kind of the guys were just different. When you said something, everybody's eyes were on you. The first practice, walked out there, and there was 100 NBA scouts and players there, coaches there, and it was kind of really scary, but it was kind of cool. I was really lucky. Had a guy named Anthony Edwards who's playing great for USA right now. Played for the Timberwolves, was on that team. He was so much fun. Cole Anthony played for the Orlando Magic. He was MVP of the game, and countless other guys that are in the NBA right now. But it was just it was a great experience, and it was so much fun to do that. So I think Bud Lathrop at Waytown South got to do it one year, and I think Jack Bush, who was a coach at KC Central, also a great coach, got to coach it from the Kansas City area. So I was just really cool to be able to do it, and it was a great lifetime memory.
Absolutely, for sure. And you mentioned coaching your son, and he got an athletic scholarship. You have 3 children and a coaching family, obviously. Talk about that journey family-wise, because 2 coaches, they're gonna be very, very busy, and there's a lot of challenges there.
Yeah, it's kind of fun and to be around it. My brother Willie is head football coach at Tulane University. He had the biggest turnaround in college football. He went from 2-10 to 12-2, and they were able to beat USC in a unbelievable comeback in the Cotton Bowl. Mm-hmm. And I've been able to watch him at Tulane, where there was 1,000 people on the stands, and now all their games are sold out. When they played University of Central Florida in the championship game last year, it was an unbelievable environment. And so being able to watch his career, Willie was coached at Coffeyville Junior College, Flynn Junior College, went to Central Missouri for 14 years, went to Sam Houston and made a couple national championship appearances there, and then went to Georgia Southern, and now is at Tulane. So they're ranked 24th in the country, and they play South Alabama this week, and next week they play Ole Miss at home. So, I think he's going to have a really good team again. So that's great. And then, of course, my dad was a coach, and my father-in-law, Vince Costello, was a pro football player and coach of the assistant head coach of the Chiefs. Also coached with the Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals. So sports have been, a big part of my life, and being able to share it with people kind of makes it really special.
How long do you think you want to do it?
It's a great question. And I just look at it as, as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to keep doing it. As long as I think I can do a good job, I'm going to keep doing it. So I'm hoping I could do 3-4 years, but that I'll know when it's time, and I get into it, but I never take it home, never let it bother me, and I think that's kind of helped me too.
In reflecting back, this is what you really sort of always wanted to do, and you said your college career, your college time was basically based on athletics and everything else. It's been a long and very successful journey. You must be, you still got years to create more legacies, but you must be proud of what you've created already.
I am. The part of coaching that kind of stinks or is great. It's never the wins, the losses are what eat you alive and bother you. I had that team that went 94-6 in 4 years. And whenever we get together, and we got together this past summer, we always talk about how did we lose 6 games? We shouldn't have done that. And so I'm going to try to learn to enjoy winning a little bit more. And once you look back, you can enjoy it. But the moment, sometimes I probably wish I would have enjoyed it more.
We hope you enjoyed the latest Danny Klingscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Come back soon for something fresh and new. This podcast was made possible by our great sponsors like Easton Roofing, where integrity matters. Joe Spiker and his team are the best in the business for all your roofing needs, handled with honesty and craftsmanship. Visit them at eastonroofing.com.